What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, M40i Garage. Huge shout out if you watched the previous video of me fixing my DRL module. So far so good. Go check it out if you haven't. But this is going to be a banger of a video. Let me tell you, we got something really great for the X3. I've had this vehicle for pretty much 2 years, coming up on 2 years. And this is the one mod I have yet to do. I've been rocking the stock airbox ever since I got the vehicle, and so was the previous owner. And I was scrolling through Facebook Marketplace. Let me tell you, you gotta stay off that app because you can find so much stuff. And this person was selling the CTS Cold Air Intake for 150 bucks. And you know, this is pretty much $300 brand new, give or take. And MST is almost like 450. I was not gonna spend that. So for 150 bucks, I was like, you know, I can't pass it up. So I reached out to him and we met up, and that was it. I've heard good things about CTS. You know, it's a fraction of the price as MST and whatnot, and it's basically the same thing. Like, the construction is good, air filter is, you know, feels good. I can always go for a bigger one maybe. And the overall housing is nice too. I like how it has the slits here, so it kind of blocks out some of the hot air maybe, and you can also hear it maybe a little bit better because of the slits. Just a disclaimer, I know cold air intakes do not give you any gain in performance or anything like that, so do not come at me in the comments. I'm well aware. I do just want to hear the turbo spool up and all that, so I think that's going to be sick. But stay tuned, guys. We're going to go through the install, and then at the end we're going to insert some clips. The first step for the intake is you want to remove this plastic trim piece here. Just leave it off to the side. And then, useful tip, you definitely want to remove this. I mean, I don't see how else you're going to get it out without removing that. So let's remove this. All right, so now that we got that removed, what we're going to do now is focus on taking out this airbox, the old airbox. Next steps is you want to remove the little plug for the air sensor. So just pull back on this little tab here, and then push down and wiggle it out. So we're going to just put that to the side here. Be careful with that. And then you want to loosen this clamp as well as this clamp back here. Almost forgot. Definitely want to loosen that one as well. Okay, removing the box is a little bit tricky, but not too bad. Once you loosen all the clamps, you want to pull up on the box. You see those orange pieces? Those are all grommets. So this box just like clips into there. So if you pull it out, you know, you loosen it up pretty well. And it also, down there, I'm not sure you can see that, it clips on over there. That's the air duct that the air passes through the grill. So you definitely want to pull up a little bit, not too hard, but, and there you go. See, everything now is unclipped, and with everything loose, we should just be able to yank it out. So, all right, got the old airbox out. You can see it clamps on here, all three places. So make sure you just remove the clamps, loosen them up, and then pry it out. Should pop right out. Be careful with this sensor here. We're gonna have to remove this and put it on the new intake. So just be very careful. Try not to touch that too much. Finally, the last piece is the little piece that connects right to the turbo outlet thing. Okay, let me know. I've seen this before, but this car is like 50,000 miles almost. Let me know if oil, you know, by the end of it is normal. I've seen some videos. I think a little bit is normal, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. But let me know down below. Is that too much to worry about? Also, make sure nothing falls down there. If something falls down there, then you are screwed because your turbo is right there. So that leads to your turbo. So if anything falls in there, then your turbo is cooked. So just be very careful. Don't drop anything there. Okay, we're making some pretty good progress here. It was kind of impossible for me to film, so I just did a little bit. Now I'm going to explain to you how I did it. It's a lot of trial and error. You really need to just see what fits best for you. But here's what I did. So I put the silicone tube on the turbo outlet first, and then I clamped it down. But while I was doing that, I had this like placed in here, but not bolted down. So I kind of like was able to pull it to the side, give me enough room to reach like, where did it go? Like one of these things with the correct size for the clamp. So that made it super simple. And then I was able to use like the angled tool here that I have to clamp it down nicely. You know, it'll bottom out, the clamp, it'll bottom out so you couldn't tighten it anymore. So that's when you know that it's perfect. So then what I did is I stuck this tube in, and I kind of like, you know, so I took off this piece too, this little, whatever you want to call it. Took that off, so I was able to slide the tube through, and then I had the clamp on this silicone tube already. So then I stuck it in there, pause, and then with the angle tube here, I was able to tighten down the clamp. Again, it'll bottom out. Don't push it too much. Again, the turbo outlet, if you have the stock one, is plastic, so you don't want to crack it. So again, make it nice and tight, feed it through, and then I, you know, bolted it down. It comes with a little grommet that goes in there, and then it's just a screw on top, and then this guy goes on this one. So not too bad. Again, if you're handy, you know what you're doing, not too bad. You also have to make clear this air chute here, so the air comes in through for the turbo and the filter. So next step is to get the filter, which is right here. Get the clamp on it, and then we're gonna stick it on just like that. Boom. And then we put the sensor in, and we're done. Everything is installed and buttoned up nice and tight. Super simple install, not too complicated, I don't think. If you're pretty handy with tools and whatnot, you should be able to figure it out. Also, many different videos on YouTube if this one doesn't help. But all right, let's put everything away and let's go for a drive. I'm excited to hear this thing. And that is all she wrote, guys. I hope you enjoyed this style of video. I tried to go in depth as possible with the install. Again, it's trial and error, you know, use your best judgment for some things here. Try my best. I think it went great. Overall installation of this thing, give it like an 8 out of 10. It didn't fit as good as I would like this. It's kind of pushing against the intake a little bit, but I think it should be fine. It sounds great though. I love the sound. It's intoxicating. The turbo sound is great. I've been looking for that, so finally got it installed, and I hope you enjoyed the driving clips as well. You can actually hear it for yourselves. But yeah, this sounds great, along with the Alibaba Valtronic exhaust. Perfect combination. But all right, guys, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, whatever you need to do. And we'll keep making videos here. Let me know what else you want to see. What upgrades do you want me to do here? But that's it, guys. I'll talk to you in the next video. Peace.